Oh, hey there. Welcome to the Close Friends List podcast. We're so excited to have you here. You've been added to our close friends list. Before we jump into this episode and start yapping and gabbing, wanted to stop by and let you know that you can find us on social media at Close Friends List Pod. You can find us on TikTok, Twitter, Insta, Spotify, YouTube, and anywhere else with podcast platforms. We're so excited to see you online and hope to be added to your close friends list. Let's get into this episode.
Welcome back to the Close Friends podcast. We are your hosts, Adia, Katie, and Aaron.
Thank you so much for introducing us, Dia.
Yes, in case anyone didn't know.
Exactly.
We are
Now
Adia,
you know.
Katie, and Aaron.
Yes, and we are your close friends, here to share with you all the unhinged stories, the fun information, the things that you only get to see behind the closed doors. That is
So
the
true.
Green Circle.
Yeah.
So, welcome to our Green Circle.
Yeah.
Today, we have a very special guest. No.
Something near and dear to our
Near
hearts,
and
as
dear
always.
to our hearts.
Are we starting with how our weeks went?
Yeah.
All
Is
right.
that the question of the week?
No.
That's the question of the week. How did your week go?
No, how did everyone's
That's so
week go? Let's start there.
Yeah.
I'll go first because mine was kind of like just boring. It wasn't anything crazy. I hung out with a friend on Monday, so that was fun. And then nothing else really. I stayed home. I worked. I went to Whole Foods.
Ooh.
You know, just like did my thing. And it was just a casual week. There was no exciting things. I did start a book that I want to DNF so badly, but I also want to keep going to see if it gets any better to give the girlies on Book Talk, you know, some redemption, but I doubt they'll have any.
I need to know because you
So-
have like 5 books currently read on Goodreads. Which one is it, Erin?
do.
Is it the one I think it is?
It is exactly the one you think it is.
Okay.
And we'll just see what happens.
I read it. I
'cause
support a DNF. If I were you, I would.
I
I should've.
I don't know. I'm just like, I want to finish what I started, but like, and it's not that bad that I'm like, I cannot read another second of this.
Yeah.
I just like, maybe I just need to like read more of it, like at a longer like period of time and get into it more, but we'll
Is
see.
this one of your
We'll see what
audiobooks or one you're reading?
No, it's one I'm actually reading.
That's even worse.
Yeah.
So you physically have to do it for real, yeah.
Exactly.
It's like
yeah. If
500
I was at
something stupid. They got together at page like 100 and there's 500 pages. It's like, it's
literally
terrible.
20% in,
Yeah.
I was texting Katie and Savannah, and I was like, what do you mean they just got together? Like, this book just started. What are we talking about?
How do you even set that up in 100 pages?
Exactly.
That's wild.
Right, exactly.
But then there's like 100 pages of them like not being together,
Which is
and they're,
also
like-
worse.
And then it's
right
halfway through
after
the book, so
Yeah, and then I'm like, okay, now 50% in, I'm just gonna be like them together, living happy and doing life. No, boring. So we'll see what happens.
More does happen, but it's not good. So
Yeah,
it's a hockey romance, barely hockey related.
barely.
DNF.
I agree.
We'll see what happens.
If I could go back and
But
DNF
anyway.
that book, I would have. But
But how are you guys this week?
Oh boy. Yeah, no, it's been a week. It's been
Yeah.
it's been a crazy week at work.
the way you
Gosh.
said that just gave me like, it's been a busy week. Nobu Friday. like Chloe.
No, literally.
Spray
like
Friday, no blue Saturday.
like it
Yeah.
feels like I've done nothing, but it feels like I've done everything at the same
Yeah.
time. Like I don't know like what's going on like ever, and I've missed like a therapy appointment last week, so like that really would have
Throws
started
things
my week
off.
off. Like yeah, and so struggling this week for sure, just like work related, but like outside of work, I'm thriving. Like
Okay,
it's
yeah.
if anything, work
up.
is hindering me
Holding
thriving.
you back, yeah,
So
for sure.
yeah,
I think that's pretty common, unfortunately. That's just
yeah, like I can't bring the good
Truly.
vibe like that I have in my personal life to work because it's like, what's there to be like excited about? So yeah, trying to turn that frown upside down and switch it around. But other than that, yeah, it's been pretty good.
I haven't done much either. The only notable, so I needed to touch grass today. I have read 3 books this week already, and
It's
I
Thursday.
yeah. I did the math, 1,500 pages already this week.
Yeah.
It's not good for me out here. And I don't know what it is. I just can't stop. And I'm not even having a good time. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm like, these books aren't good. I reread one. It was just as bad as I remember. Oof. I mean, well, I gave it 3
Wasn't
stars.
that supposed to be your like palate cleanser?
It
too?
was. So here's the other thing. I hate to keep bringing it up, but my vampire self-assigned summer project, really, we hit a wall this week.
Oh no.
And there are 2 books on my list that I can't do it. I literally can't do it. And that's okay. I have more than enough to talk about.
Yeah.
It's just like, I had a plan.
You set your mind to it.
Exactly. They are in my home from the library already. I have them in my possession. I just literally can't do it. So I was like, at this point, I need something, not even fantasy. I can't even do sci-fi or fantasy right now.
Crazy.
I need something just like real life.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I read a contemporary romance and it didn't hit the way I wanted it to. So now it's like, I downloaded a werewolf one. So we'll see. I might be back, but it's like too much is happening.
Damn.
I don't know.
I might have to hop on the book train, honestly.
I can't stop. I wish I could. It's
I
like
need
compulsive.
I need to find something to do. That's
yeah.
not.
I spend a lot of time.
Yeah.
Like if I'm not on YouTube, I'm reading.
Damn. I think I'll hop on the book train, I think.
I think
Finish the book that Aaron got me for my birthday.
that's real.
Yeah.
I was just about to look. I think I've read 90 books this year.
I was going to ask, what was your goal?
52. Well, because I just last year I think I did 120.
And
You
well
were
on
like,
your way.
I need to read less.
Yeah,
And then-
exactly.
So you were like 52,
Exactly. I was like, I'll do
I
less.
knew that was going to get passed
Yeah.
so quickly. Like
Goodreads is telling me 92,
92.
which is
and September starts, so you're definitely going to pass.
not ideal. Not what we were
Definitely
hoping
gonna
for
pass,
this year, but it'd be like that sometimes. So
Oh, man.
it's
It
been
really
a
do.
little bit of a week in that regard. So if I could stop, I would, because my brain needs it. I was on a walk and I'm like, should I just lay down? Like, should I just like, oh my God, it's too much.
So
but
funny.
anyway,
That's good.
glad everyone's having a semi-casual week.
Nothing crazy happened, so we love that.
Yeah. So my question for the girls this week is, if you could have one statistic from your life, what would you want to know? And it could be anything. It could be how many times have I gone to Whole Foods in my life? And it could be kind of anything.
That's good.
Very interesting question. Because I'm like, what do I want to find out? But then I'm like, if I find out this number, will it make me feel bad about myself? But will it make me change?
Oh, yeah.
So like,
Yeah. Does it have to be something I did, or could I do a statistic like how many times did someone talk about me or something?
I mean, there's no parameters.
Oh,
so, I
interesting.
mean,
Because that changes things.
that is still kind of about you, I guess.
Okay.
yeah.
Oh,
Interesting.
I know. I feel like it's hard to pick one because when I first heard the question, I will say I stole it from a Zoella Alfie video. They were doing a Q&A and I was like, I love that question. But the first thing I thought was like something about like how many times have I eaten a certain type of food. But then I went to the movies yesterday and I cried and I was like, how many times have I cried in a movie theater? Like what? I can't just pick one. I feel like I would want to know kind of different stuff.
I would have to be, mine would have to be 2 different ones. One, not that I need to know this information because I think it ruined my life, but like, I'm just curious, how much money have I spent on food in my life?
That's what I was talking
Like-
about. Like, will it change? Like, will it
Yeah.
hurt me and then change
Yeah,
me?
like I think if I knew the number, I'd be like, okay, I'm never eating again. But also like, wow, I could have this much money. Like,
Do you think, I
Yeah.
mean, would you want to specify further and say like eaten out versus like
Like junk
grocery
food
store?
or,
Or
like,
you know what I
yeah.
mean?
yeah, like
would
anytime
you-
I've swiped my card for food, how much money has that been since I've been an adult?
Well,
Starting at 20. Like, yeah, that's,
since I'm an adult starting at 20.
yeah.
Love.
Yeah, like college doesn't
I-
count
yeah.
like that.
Yeah. I was thinking like, oh, like how much money have I spent on like concerts? And like, would that stop me? Or like, something like that. But sometimes I just be swiping. I don't
Yeah.
know.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
want to get those good seats? Swipe, credit card is there.
I was about to say, when it's a credit card, all bets are off because it's like
All
I could
bets
do
are off. It's
not
installments.
real money, yeah.
Yeah.
this is really for the close friends. I literally just doubled my credit card bill because of some concert tickets me and my 2 friends bought. So
well
on
then.
my credit card. So love that for me.
I can't even be mad at you because I'm doing the same next year for Jonas Brothers.
Exactly.
You got to pay off that debt first.
Well, here's the thing. So it's not even my credit card. Like, I'm an authorized user of my mom's credit card because, like, I was like, I'm not getting my own credit card. Like, that's crazy. Like, I pay the bill on my mom's credit card.
Yeah.
But she doesn't have a limit on her credit card.
I see.
Like, it's an
Okay.
Amex. Like, it's like a top-notch Amex. And I'm like, oh, this will help my credit. Like, originally,
there's
I was
more
like,
rewards probably.
exactly. There's more rewards. Like, there's
Yeah.
great stuff. So, like, I really try not to use it. But I'm like, well, shit. Like, something feels great about swiping a metal card. I don't know what it is, you know, and there's no limit. And
oh my God, that's wild.
It's really bad.
Boom, things happen.
It's bad. Yeah, I can't. I gotta stop. So
Yeah.
As an authorized user, like, does she come for you on some of the stuff that you buy on there? Just out
Oh,
of curiosity.
100%.
Okay, because I'm
feel
still
like that's her
attached.
right to
Well,
do that.
exactly.
yeah, because it's her.
Well, yeah, her credit
card, like-
directly. Because my parents are still attached to like my Navy Federal, and randomly, my mom will always be like, "I was looking at Nikki's, not yours," and I saw, and it's like, "Girl,
I
don't."
saw yours, girl.
Yeah.
You clicked mine.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, yeah.
Don't get it twisted. There was less in there than you thought, so you clicked on it. But she doesn't have my credit card, so sometimes I'll like buy something on the credit card. You know, like.
Yeah.
So I was just curious,
yeah,
like
yeah.
the relationship.
Well, she
there.
knows that like I put everything on my credit card and then I pay it off like
Yeah.
when I get paid because of like just the points and the rewards and everything. Like it just makes the most sense to just do it that way. So she'd be like, "Why do you have $1,500?" I'm like, "That's literally like everything that I'm
Right. I haven't spent anywhere else, like on any
spending
other.
it on the debit card.
Yeah.
yeah,
just
like
the credit
that's
card. Yeah.
that's it." So yeah, there'll be times you're like, do you really need to go to Taco Bell this time? I'm like, listen, I
of
feel
all,
the
I'm an adult.
judgment. Like,
Well, yeah, when she's like, it's $25 at
Yeah.
Taco Bell, by the way, it's like, don't worry about
okay,
it.
never
Like,
mind, never mind. You know,
Yeah, yeah,
like
yeah.
Cut it out.
I think
please.
twice now for sure, but
Cash
yeah.
next time. Yeah.
Yeah, I gotta make sure. But yeah, probably how much money I've spent on food, and then maybe like if it was old me, I'd probably be like, how many times has like someone lied to me, like a specific
Oh my
person?
God, I would love to know.
Yeah.
I would love to know.
Probably
But then I'd
like
be
that.
like, what are you, if someone's like 300 times and you're like, what all are you lying to me about? Like, I need to know.
That kind of opens too many
specific-
doors.
I need an
Yeah.
itemized list.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If the
Like,
percentages
May
showed,
12th, they lied about la la la. you
yeah,
know?
I
need
think that would help. That would be helpful for me to know. But that was a good question, though. I'll have to keep
That
that
was a
one
good
as
question.
my
Yeah.
next icebreaker for
Yeah, more work
for work.
appropriate,
Work
probably.
appropriate
Yeah.
icebreakers.
Depending on the answers to that question. But yeah.
So funny.
Yeah, so we have some kind of lore stories, like kind of
From
ready to
different
go.
parts of our lives, from childhood to college to
Whenever.
whenever. Yeah.
Whenever. Yeah.
Yeah. Anybody have anything particularly
Yes. So I have
Yeah, Adia, get us
two
started.
lore stories. One of them really describes just the type of person that I am now. And I think this was like, you know, when you have core memories, this is a core memory for me, a defining moment in my life for many reasons. But so I won't make it like super long, but essentially, like many people that end up to have ADHD when they're adults, they were talented and gifted or like a accelerated program in elementary school, you know, because you're just
Yeah.
super smart when really you just have autism, which I've grown to learn now at the ripe age of 30. But most kids are put into programs like the accelerated program or whatever. And I was in a program called Talented and Gifted, which we called TAG in elementary school. I think it was like 3rd grade. And every year the Talented and Gifted class, which was like maybe 10 of us, a bunch of really smart kids. I don't know if we were really smart or maybe we were just on the spectrum.
Gifted.
And yeah.
Gifted.
I wouldn't say we were like geniuses by any means, but we were definitely like, interesting.
Knew some stuff.
Yeah. So every year they would put on what they would call like a wax museum. So like all the talented
Sounds scary.
so
Okay.
all the talented and gifted kids would pick someone from history that they would learn everything about. And then we would host a wax museum night at the school where people would come through and you basically act like you're that person. You memorize all this information about them. You have like a table layout like set out for them of like different artifacts, and like you have a speech, but like you're not able to talk until like people come up to you. So
right.
Everyone was picking like some really prominent people. Mind you, this is what, like 2003, 2004. So it's like Bill Clinton, George Washington, George W. Bush. Like it's people like that. Everyone's picking like some very important people. And I'm like the only black girl. And I'm like, well, who could I be? Like at this point in time, I like loved Bill Clinton for some reason. Like I was an avid Bill Clinton fan.
That's so funny.
Which was just very
You're like, I'm with her when Hillary's running.
No, like I
literally
I
number
just,
one, I'm
like,
with her.
Had a hyperfixation on Bill Clinton. So one year, I think this was second grade, I did Bill Clinton.
It's like, if I can't be with the man, I'm gonna
I will
manifest.
be him. I will be him. Yes. So I took my hyperfixation of Bill Clinton and I spent like gosh, I don't know, maybe like 10 hours, like heavy amount of time drawing this portrait of Bill Clinton. Like when I was like Rain Man. Like I tried, mind you, I cannot draw. So like that's
it's second grade. First of all, nobody can draw.
Like no, but I thought I was Picasso. I'm like, I need to make this perfect. Like
I'm hanging this up after.
No, like people are gonna come by and they're gonna be like, well, who are you? And I'm gonna be like, I'm Bill Clinton. They're gonna be like, no, you're not. You're black. So like I had to show Anyway, so like I got like this little suit. Like I did everything I really.
Did you have a wig? Because like
no.
Okay.
So I'm gonna get into this. So this was one year I was Bill Clinton. I did all of this work. I drew the portrait. It was an amazing portrait. I'm like, this needs to like hang in the Louvre. Like this is by far the best piece of artwork that has ever graced the world. And no one came by my table.
Okay. That's fucked up.
I'm shocked.
When I say I had probably just my parents and maybe like two, like the teachers.
And you're like, I know everything about this man.
That's what I'm saying. Like I was ready to spit facts about this man, and no one came to me because no one knew who I was. So
so they weren't like drawn in.
No, yeah, like when I say all I had was like this portrait of Bill Clinton, like I didn't spend any time finding stuff to put on my table to like attract people.
You're just in a suit.
That's what I'm saying. So they're just like, okay, whatever.
Have you like make name tags or something?
Yeah, no, there were name tags and things, but like I kind of remember that like it was in a hallway, so like every kid has a table set up in the hallway, and I was like at the end of the hallway, so it's not like people were like I was smack dab in the middle and people were like, oh my gosh, who are you? Like I was like the end. Like people were like tired, whatever. It's second grade, so I'm like, okay, cool, you know what, next year I really gotta bring it. Like I got to bring the heat. Like this was an epic fail.
That's embarrassing. You need to do it.
It
again.
was 100%. Like I just got to go bigger, better. So the following year, third grade, I was Oprah Winfrey.
That checks out.
No, this is perfect, right?
Bill Clinton to Oprah.
Yes, like pretty.
And Oprah's huge in 2003.
Oh, yeah.
Pinnacle.
And I'm like, okay, at least she's black. Like, at least I can connect the dots here. And this time I had another suit. I had a little pantsuit. Like it was pink gingham, little suit.
Oh, that's
it was
cute.
The cutest little. I looked like a talk show host. I had a microphone. Like I had all my stuff. I had like a little chair that like I put on the table. Like I went all out on the table this time.
Yeah.
The issue though was that my mother did not do my hair.
Oh.
And I was adamant. I'm like, Mom, I'm Oprah. I need like a blowout. I didn't know what a blowout was, but I'm like, I need the Oprah hair.
I need the Oprah
to
hair.
really send it home. And she's like, we'll do your hair. We'll do your hair. We'll do your hair. Mind you, both my parents were in the Marines at this time. And my mom had duty. And duty is like a 24-hour, like you're on base, like you don't come home, whatever, you're working. My mom had duty like the day before. She couldn't do my hair.
I'm really nervous about what's about to happen here.
So
I feel like I see maybe where this is going.
If you've seen my close friends, you've seen what I look like without a wig on. So I just had braids.
Oh, okay.
To the back. But
I thought you were about to say you did it yourself and like fucked up and like fucked your hair
No,
up. Okay. The braids are better. The braids are better.
You would think they were better, but they were so fuzzy and so just like
Yeah.
Because I thought I was going to get my hair done. So like
So you didn't do anything.
No.
Yeah.
But I still had to go to school, and my dad was not going, like my dad was not adequate to do that job.
Yeah,
and
right.
So I went to school with fuzzy fucked up braids, just like corn rolls, as Scott would call them, just straight back with this nice ass little pantsuit, like just
Wow.
looking so raggedy. Like I remember just being so mad at my mom because
I would be too. That's fucked up.
so
I'm devastated for you, Adia.
Too.
It was my shining, it was my redeeming moment.
Exactly.
You know
After
what I'm
the Bill
saying?
Clinton,
After
it's
the Bill
like-
Clinton, it's like you really need to bring it. And I was
my
just
God.
mortified. So ironically, I had a ton of people come by my table this time.
Of course.
At least you had the facts to back it up.
Listen, I was like, oh, hi, I'm Oprah Winfrey. But I just remember being on the inside, like, don't look at my hair. Like, don't look at me. Like,
oh, hi.
and I remember like the 5th graders the next day, they're like, you're Oprah. Like, they were like pointing out to me like at lunch and stuff. And I was like, like, I love it, but also like mortified that I looked like that. And I did not let my mom live it down for like the longest time.
I still would bring it up.
Oh yeah,
if she did that.
100%.
Especially having promised that was going to be, you know, it's one thing
That
to be
would've
like,
set the
Adia,
look.
that's not happening. It's another to be like, we'll do it. We'll do it.
Like
you know?
it was.
Like, if she knew she was going to be on duty, she should have been like, sorry, Adia, like, I can't do
That's what I'm
this.
saying.
You should just
That's what I'm saying.
make a plan for something else. But here we are.
Yeah, so that was a rough one, but it definitely explains a lot of like
there were a lot of layers to
Yeah.
Yeah.
a
There
lot.
were.
Yeah, my obsession with white men, and then going
Started
into
young.
you know, and problematic white men, and then you go into Oprah Winfrey to really like, you know, put the cherry on top. But
Yeah.
yes, I'm just glad I got some shout outs from some 5th graders. I just felt like the coolest person in the world.
Honestly.
They were
in
calling me
3rd grade
Oprah.
too. Like,
Listen,
Exactly.
I was that
Hello.
girl.
hello.
Yeah, because you were already a little alienated being in tag, you know, because you had to leave your regular class to go to the smart kid class, which now would be like called SPED or something, you know. So like special education.
I was trying to like, anyway.
You're like, where SP, what?
SPED, special education.
Because, you know, there's like STEM and stuff. So I'm like, is it science something I'm missing? Like, okay, I see.
Where are we going with this?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So that kind of started where I just thought I was that bitch. Like that's really
Yeah.
where it started. Yeah.
That's
I wish
fair.
I had
I
a
love
adult
that.
size version of that suit. That was just.
I mean, it sounds cute.
it was
Little pink
fire.
gingham. That's,
It was fire.
Yeah.
Matching top.
Was it a skirt on the bottom or
Wow.
pants?
It was
Okay.
like a little skirt thing, like, you know.
Okay.
But like,
Oh, yeah.
We love a squirt.
We
it
do.
was- It was a good time for sure.
I mean, speaking of being that girl, I just thought of a lore story since I thought it was in college, but now I thought of a childhood lore story that I think about often because it also is like very telling about who I am personally. So I think this was also in 3rd grade. Yeah, 3rd grade. It was elementary school for sure. So I was in German immersion. This doesn't have much to do with the story, but I was in German immersion, and we stayed in like, we switched for math and science, we were in German, and then English and history, we were in English. So we switched teachers when like most of the kids were like not, you know, switching, and stayed with the same teacher. And we like, there were only a few like girly pops that I was like close with in the German immersion class. So we like, there was a tier ranking. There was a hierarchy of the cool kids at my elementary school. So it was first the cool German kids who, you know, did German, then the cool like just English kids, then the normal, you know, German kids, and then we can, you know, think of the rest of the ranking. We move on. So it was me and like 2 other girls in this like cool German girl group where we like would sit with like our tables would fit, I think, 11 people. And so there were like 8 cool boys and then like 3 girls here. We were all like, I was like, that's too much. This is where this takes a turn that was just like who these people were. I was invited to a birthday party of one of the girls from the other, there were 2 German immersion classes from one of the other German immersion classes. And we had become close friends. We, you know, hung out, you know, one after school and then like, you know, hung out with friends. So I had been invited to her birthday party. It was a Saturday and it was supposed to be a sleepover. My mother would never allow me to have a sleepover on a Saturday night because church is in the morning. Don't get it twisted. Like, she was picking me up at 9:30 p.m. And the rest of the girlies were like, okay, we'll have fun at our sleepover. And I'd be like, this is the worst time of my life. But she was like, would you rather go to the party or would you rather stay home and not go? And I was like, oh. I was like, fine, I'll go to the party for a couple hours. Anyway, so we were at this girl's house. She had in her, like, their front room, there was like a fireplace that had like a step up. So it kind of looked, it was giving like stage. Yeah. Okay. So me being the like little musical kid that I love, we started, you know, doing karaoke to things. And I was like, okay, I know this is Sarah's birthday party, but like I'm running this show right now.
You're like, I'm leaving at 9:30. I'm getting my songs in.
I'm getting this everything. So we obviously turn on Britney Spears as she's like so popular, like back in the day. All her songs are blowing up. I start singing Lucky by Britney Spears. And so I'm like, I'm the main, I'm gonna be Britney, you guys in the back, you're like over here, and I'm literally like have a hairbrush or a remote in my hand, like pretending this is my microphone, and I'm like, okay, you girls go that way, you guys go that way, over here like 5, 6, 7, 8, and I'm like, okay, here we're doing this. And then the doorbell rings and my mom like comes in and I'm like, first of all, so rude that she won't even let me finish my Lucky choreo. But they paused the song and I was like, okay, girls, like you can be Britney since I am leaving. Like, you can be this, you can be that, blah, blah, blah. And so I'm like walking off and they're like, okay, like, do we want to go like watch TV? And I'm like, I thought you were going to finish the song. No. They were like, oh no, like I think we're done with that like portion of the night.
Oh
like,
my God.
The segment of the night.
Like, okay, fine. Segment of the night. So I was like, okay, fine. And so I leave, and then the next day, or like not the next day because that's Sunday and I was at church. Monday, I was like, so fun at your birthday. She was like, oh my gosh, yes, everyone loved your Lucky routine. And I was like, is she lying to me? So I would need that stat of who's lied to me in my life. Itemized. Back in the day, 3rd grade, did Sarah lie to me?
But that makes so much sense that you would be the stage manager, the choreo,
for sure.
the director.
She's producing it in 3rd grade.
The star of the show. I'm like, I'm here, like, you do that, you go there. I always know that, like, not that I'm having kids, but I was like, if I had kids, I'd be a choir mom. I'd be a musical theater. I would be the dance mom, but not as crazy as
and they'd be top of the pyramid.
They would be
100%.
Going 3 for 3 once again. Maddie, that would be me. So
exactly,
that makes so much sense. That explains a lot.
Yeah,
that's a good one.
Well, my first lore story is not really like it's adjacent to me, so I'm involved, but like not directly. Like it's indirect. In theory, I should not even exist. Like. In theory, I shouldn't exist. So I will start with my family is like true Irish Catholic. First daughter of the fam becomes a nun. Like that's the vibe. Like we're talking Catholic. So my grandma was a nun.
Oh, what?
Yeah. I think it was in Chicago. I think it was after she'd come to America, but she was a nun, and she was a nun for like, my mom told me 10 years. Like she was committed to the bit. Apparently
why only 10 years.
Well, so yeah.
Like, why not a lifetime?
Well, I wish I could remember more, because you know how moms like drop stuff and you're like, wait, give me the tea.
Yeah.
I think she I mean, because she was very devout Catholic. Like, she went to mass every day, even after leaving the convent. Like, she was in for 10 years. But the way that it seems is that she was persuaded into it. I guess her aunt, Mary Magdalene, was a nun as well, and she was
Mary Magdalene.
I know, right? She was a French teacher at a Catholic school, and so she got to go to France often and take the kids. So, like, you know, it looked like a good time. Yeah.
Okay.
So can't exactly remember why she left, but after 10 years, she's like, we're outie. But she was still very devout. She still was very Catholic. But then she ended up getting pregnant out of wedlock. Yes. With my oldest aunt. My mom's the youngest. But that man did not want to marry her, or they didn't keep in touch, or nobody. Okay, the thing is, my grandma took this to the grave. This was all pieced together after. So they knew she left the convent, but the firstborn child was all pieced together after she died. Ooh. So, yeah, so she ends up, I don't know, nobody knows why she didn't get with the guy who got her pregnant, but she ended up marrying her sister's boyfriend. Yeah, her sister's boyfriend. I clarified with my mom because I'm like, what's the vibe here? And she was like, no, that's right. Barb knows the stories out there because she's so funny. She's like, she took it to the grave. She was like ashamed, but it's such a different time now. You know what I mean? Yeah, like people right. I mean, anyway. So she ends up marrying my great aunt's boyfriend, and they live their lives. He treats my aunt like his own daughter. Nobody breathes a word of this information. Nobody says anything.
Not even the sister?
She didn't know. Oh, yeah. My Aunt Rose, she did not breathe a word to anybody. It was all kept secret and tight. So in the early 2000s, I think it was actually 1998, both of my grandparents passed. Like, so the guy she ended up marrying is my actual grandfather. Like, they had 2 kids after her, and but after they died, my aunt, she would go on and say, like, I just feel like I don't fit in with you guys. Like, I have dark hair, you guys have light hair. Like, I just feel like the black sheep of the family, even though she's the oldest. Yeah. And apparently, like, some drama went down. My dad's like, yeah, there's no way that you're, full sisters or whatever. It's so stupid. Anyway. So this is before, like, the DNA and stuff too. So my aunt is like, I'm getting some weird vibes. Let me just, like, do some digging. And then, I don't know. Okay. One of my aunts forged a marriage certificate. So, like,
hello.
Yeah. So she brings that up, and my aunt's like, well, that means she was pregnant with me before they got married. So, like, things are starting to unravel a little bit. Like, secrets are not being kept. Gosh. I love this. And I don't know if it was on her deathbed, but she was very old, and we visited my great Aunt Rose, and my aunt is like, you have to tell me, like, was Bob my father? And she was like, no. And she did all this digging and found out her real father. He was Irish, whatever. It was fine. But, like, the vibes were not there. My grandma was about to be a nun with no children, and I would not be here today. And
wow,
who knows what would have happened if she wouldn't have married her sister's boyfriend.
Her sister's boyfriend.
I know. It's big T. And
that is big T.
Grandma
you should write a story about that.
My aunt is, and she literally has a book. She's writing. Yeah. I mean, it's just like that shit. I mean, if nobody would have said, because they all had different pieces to it, like with the marriage certificate and my Aunt Rose knowing that, it was her boyfriend or whatever, like, it would have just died.
She just let her sister take her boyfriend?
I mean, I'm sure there was more discussion there, but yeah, it's kind of,
that's wild.
I know, it's crazy, but so semi-adjacent to me, because I was not involved, but I was there when there was confirmation that it
right.
Because they drove us down to Florida. The whole fam went. Yeah, all the aunts were there.
This is like a legit thing. Oh my gosh.
Oh, yeah. They were like, we're all going to Florida and we're going to talk to your Aunt Rose. I mean, I was like 5, so I was just like, Florida, like vibes. But yeah, it was a whole thing. So
that is insane.
Yeah. And then when Ancestry and whatnot got popular, they all did it, and they were half sisters. Like, I mean, we knew already at this point, but it was just kind of confirmation, which is so interesting. Damn. I don't know. It's just interesting. You never know what's really out there, I guess.
That's like a Netflix show.
Well, yeah, because even if my Aunt Rose would have died, my mom said they probably wouldn't have until maybe Ancestry, like, known probably. So
Yeah.
And that wasn't even on the horizon at the time. Like, nobody was thinking.
Damn. It's crazy that she felt it, though. Like,
I know. It's so interesting because, I mean, siblings are different all the time. So it doesn't necessarily mean that you have different
especially
parents,
if she grew up with him like that. Like,
exactly.
And stuff.
She always says, like, he never treated her any differently or anything. Like, he truly treated her like his daughter. So it wasn't like she got shafted
it's also like,
or...
It's also like she's a half sister, so like her mom is still the mom of her other siblings, so they're still like relations and like they look this like similar. Just she has like dark hair or whatever. And they have like wow.
I know, crazy
juicy stuff.
I know.
That was a good one.
I feel like all that stuff's out there now. Like nobody keeps these kind of secrets anymore.
Jeez, I know.
Why would you?
We just post them already. Like we just already say it. We don't take it to the grave or anything.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Maybe we should keep more secrets.
Let's all think of a secret we have and take it to the grave.
My other lore story is just, I don't even know if like this explains who I am. It's just something and I'm just like, damn, like this is like such a pivotal like time in my childhood. Anyway, this is back when my parents were still together and we still lived on base when they were both in the military. So growing up, I was not allowed to celebrate Halloween. Like as Christians, you know, like it's a demonic holiday. Yes. Or the Harvest Festival Trunk or Treat. You know, so I never got to dress up as a kid. I never got to go trick-or-treating. I never got to do anything. Like we turned our lights off, like the porch lights were off, like we had a sign on the door, like we were not partaking in that. And this is from my mom. Like my dad really didn't care, but my mom is like, no, we're not participating in the devil's holiday. And I'm like, well, everyone else is. Like, I don't get it.
Like, I'm showing up to school, people are dressed up.
That's what I'm saying. Never got to do it. But there was one time in my childhood that I got to go trick-or-treating.
Ooh.
Again, my mom was on duty. Which
there we go.
Happens pretty frequently. And my dad was not. And my dad was just like chilling around. And I'm like, Dad, mom's not here.
Just let me walk around the neighborhood.
Can we please just go to like one house? Like, I just want to ring a doorbell and say trick or treat. Like, the bare minimum, please.
You're like, it's not even about the candy at
like
this point.
It's not. Like I just want to say that I did it because
the phenomenon.
Like, I'm tired of being the one kid that's like, I've never done that before and people look at you weird. And he's like, I literally don't care. Like, I do not give a shit. Like, go do what you want to do. Just be back home before the streetlights come on. So I get my brother. I'm like, yo, like Dad's letting us go trick or treating. Let's go. But
let's go.
We don't have a costume. We don't have anything like to go. And we can't just like wear clothes.
Yeah.
So we spend like the next hour trying to make up a costume. I was like, okay, we'll get a pillowcase and you be a ghost and like. Maybe I can be a witch. Like if I do like this and that. Like we spent more time trying to figure out like what
you're wearing,
what we could be, and like what we could wear.
Oprah Winfrey.
I know. You would think that I would have.
You're like, break the pantsuit out,
because it would have made the most sense. It was the same year too, which is crazy. But no, I was just because I'm like, I need to be something scary.
You're like, this is my one chance. I gotta do it big.
Yes, like, and I was just so excited. So like. We leave out the house, me and my brother, like we have like little trash bags or whatever for the candy. And I kid you not even 2 minutes after like leaving the house. This is back when Scream was really big. And I don't like horror movies and stuff. Mind you, I was also in the 3rd grade. And there was this costume that was super popular back then where it was the Scream mask, but it had the blood that came out. Like you squeeze the thing. And I haven't seen this before. Mind you, it's like, it's dark outside. I don't have my parents with me.
Yeah,
like,
your dad's like, fuck off.
Yeah,
like go do whatever.
This is like my first time I've ever trick-or-treated. So I don't know that people are like doing this. And I'm just like happy-go-lucky, like ready to go.
Oh no!
And this
older pillowcase,
in a fucking pillowcase. And this older kid, maybe like 13, has like the Scream mask on and the knife, and I lost it. I was like, "This is the devil's holiday. Like this is horrible."
Like mom was right.
My mom was right. Like I didn't even get any fucking candy. Like I was done. I was done. So I'm like trying to run, like leaving my brother behind. I'm like, I'm not doing this. And then everywhere I look, some kids dressed like fucking Chucky, some kids dressed like Jason. And I'm like, oh my, it was like my worst nightmare. I'm like, where are the fairies? Where are like the firemen? Like,
this
where
is
like
not what the movies are showing me.
Veggie Tales didn't show me this, you know? Like, yeah, it was the worst experience of my life. And it really scarred me a lot.
That sounds terrifying.
Yeah, that was the first and last time I went trick-or-treating.
Damn.
And the next time,
sorry.
it was a bad
so
time.
funny.
I didn't get any candy. I didn't get to dress up. My dad was like, how was it? I'm like, literally sobbing.
Don't ask.
Like,
We're going again.
like, do not even, like, talk to me right now. Yeah. And then the next time I went trick-or-treating I was in high school. And I was like
a little
15.
different. Yeah.
So, yeah. So,
probably with some friends, you know.
just
it's
one.
a little bit okay.
Yeah. And it still wasn't the same. So I never got to experience that. So
honestly, like I've never been trick-or-treating in my life. Like, because we were just going to the like Hallelujah festival at our church, and then they gave you like bags of candy at the end. So I was like having hot dogs, having donuts, like bobbing for apples, and then getting a bag of candy at the end. And I'd be like, okay, great. Cool. That was fun. Like, lights on, we're doing our thing. And I got to dress up too. So it's like, I didn't feel like I missed anything, because I was like, I got a bag of candy, you guys got bags of candy, but you had to walk around.
Well, that's what I was about to say. You got hot dogs, and you got like, you got a
all that
whole
stuff.
food.
Like,
Yeah.
I was playing games, winning prizes. So
that's true.
that's that.
Hallelujah Fest. Yeah, those were good.
Hallelujah Fest.
Those were real good. Good memories there. I stuck to those for a while. That's for sure.
Honestly.
Oh,
We
man.
may have been Catholic, but we were heathens. We did go trick or treating.
Blasphemy.
I know, right?
So funny.
Oh man.
So funny. I thought of one that also gives the vibe of who I am. Like, if you know me, you know I'm a middle child, and like if you've hung around me, you can see like glimpses of middle child like come out, not in a like crazy way, but like just glimpses of it. And so this was also like back in the day, like I was in elementary school. My parents, because there were 3 of us, my parents didn't fly us a lot of places unless we were like going to Texas to visit my grandparents, going to Louisiana to visit my grandparents. The rest, we were road tripping it. And so like we were in the Mazda, the green Mazda, may she rest in peace, drive into, you know, wherever. I think we were going to like Ohio or something, or Indianapolis. My mom went to college in Indianapolis, so I think that was around like the general area of where we were going. And we like stopped by to see one of her like besties, and then my dad was like, oh, there's like a base over here, like let's go check it out. And we were like, okay.
Not going to base
like,
on vacation.
Oh my gosh.
Been
like,
there.
here's this. And I think it was like a Navy base, so there was like definitely there was like a ship there. So I was like, okay. So my dad is like, okay, we're gonna go like visit my friend who's like the colonel, or like whatever the like high ranking in the Navy. I don't know, like that's the Army one. So I'm like, I don't know, whatever the high ranking of the Navy, whatever is. So my dad was friends with him. And so he was like, okay, he's gonna like show us around this large, massive ship. And I said, okay. So we're going in. And so you go in, and then there's like all these like tunnels and little rooms that you can go in. And they're like, oh yeah, like go ahead, like have a ball, girls. And we're like, okay. So we're like zooming through this. I think my younger sister is still like too young. Like she's, you know, like in a stroller or something, like with my mom. And then me and my older sister are like yeeting places. And like, I at one point lose my sister Jordan, and like I'm like just running. I'm like, I'm having such a good time exploring, but then I'm like, oh shit, I'm scared because this is a massive Navy ship.
Yeah,
I don't know how to get out. So I like open one of the doors, and I like find it to the like I'm on the like upper deck of this thing where we entered like bottom right. I'm like upper left, and I was like, get out of this thing.
Well, and it's all just gray.
So,
there's no signs. There's no like. I mean,
it's, like
bare
it's not
bones.
set up.
Yeah.
Exactly. It's not set up for a tour. It's set up for them to be able to like get in the boat and leave.
Yeah.
And like not for a tour. So I was like, oh my gosh. And then I like look down. I see my parents like on the dock being like, we're sorry. And I'm like, and they're like, Aaron. And so like finally I'm like, you guys, and they're like, get down here right now. What are you
You're like, I'm trying.
I don't know. I'm a child. I literally don't know where I am. And then I'm like, where's Jordan? Like, where's my sister? And she's just standing there with them. Like, she got lost.
She
not
dipped.
me. I was like, wow, okay. So I see it's not two for, everyone all together, but
Oh my gosh.
but so I'm like trying to like figure out, they're like, what room number are you? And they're like, so I like yell the room number and I go like, someone comes and finds me. They're like, are you Aaron? And I'm like, yes, obviously.
You're like, what other 5-year-old is on this ship? Like,
and so they like bring me back to the thing and they're like, Aaron, like my mom is yelling at me like on the dock, like, what are you doing? Like, how dare you? Blah, blah, blah. My dad is like, thank you so much, like, for finding a child. And so while my mom is yelling at me, I'm like, like looking at the water, like whatever. Like, she's like, how dare you? She's like, go sit over there, like time out or something. Well, they like finished talking to my dad's friend. And so I'm like over there and I'm like, literally, I see this like life, not vest, but like the life circle thing and the life floaty. And they're like, in the middle of it is like this red button. And it's covered. And I was like, I need to click it. So
you're like, this sign can't stop me. I don't know how to read.
Like, hello, like here we are. So I'm like walking over and I open it and I click it. And my mom is like, and I was like, there's a red button. What do you mean? Like, I thought it was part of the exhibit. She's like, we're not at an exhibit.
Oh.
Anyway, so they were immediately able to like close down, like shut off that like little buzzer button thing. But I was like, so.
Oh my God.
I love
I don't know if that's just like a little piece of me.
Yeah.
A piece of who I am.
Oh,
just
man.
like chaotic Gemini. So
I love that.
you're welcome to everybody involved.
The button's here for me. Yeah, I love.
Exactly. Like if there's a button, I'm gonna push it. Like
Yeah.
I don't know what to say.
Top left killed me. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
I was like looking at it and I was like, wow, the ocean, like so cool. Like I can see so much. And then I like look down and I see my parents like and I was like, I don't know.
Oh my God.
Just having fun. Just trying to explore.
Oh
Yeah.
gosh, that's great.
My other story is kind of like, it's not really, it didn't shape me, but it is a story that I think hasn't been told on the podcast yet, but everybody needs to know because this comes up frequently. This gets brought up all the time, every year. It is a constant story in my home.
Every year.
No,
Okay.
it's triggering, unfortunately. Well, I mean, we'll get there. So I normally start this with like also a gripping like hook, but we will not be doing that today. We're
No,
going
it
to get
doesn't need
there
it.
as I got there.
Okay.
So what year was it? My second year of college.
Oh, okay.
I come home for Thanksgiving break, and me, my best friend Holly, Nikki, and then her brother, we always hung out together. We were vibing. So we were like, she went to UVA, I went to VCU. So we're like, Thanksgiving, perfect time. We're going to have fun. We went to Taco Bell. We were going to go to the movies later. But in between, there was like a little bit too much time between Taco Bell and the movie. And we're like, what are we going to do? So we ended up going to a trampoline park, which is like, that's such a random, but
it's such a like early to not
2013,
early 2010, yeah, like
for
kind of
sure,
moment.
for sure. It's
Love
like we're there
that.
for an hour, we're vibing, right? So while we're there, we're vibing on the trampoline, we're whatever, flipping, doing whatever we're doing. But as our hour comes up, I'm like, I want to go on that slack line over there. I've done slacklining at VCU before over ground because
Monroe Park.
Monroe, tree to tree, and
Yeah.
it's 2 feet off the ground. I'm like, I can do this. Like, let me just, we're vibing, we're having fun. Well, I take a couple steps and I fall and I straddle the line because fine, like that's fine on the floor, but it's over a ball pit.
or foam pit or whatever.
Yeah.
Immediately I'm in pain. I'm in so much pain that we don't go to the movies, which is saying a lot. Because y'all know how the movies.
As our resident moviegoer.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
They drop me off and I can't even go upstairs in my home.
What?
I am home laying on the downstairs bathroom floor. And my mom is like, what happened? I'm like, I fell off a slack line. I don't know. Like, I hurt. Like, I'm in pain.
Like, I'm hurt. Yeah.
Yeah. My mom's like, tomorrow's Thanksgiving. So, like, what's like, what are we doing here? And I'm like, let's just sleep on it. I'll see how I feel in the morning. Mm-hmm. Well, I still can't go up the stairs. So I crab walk to our pull-out couch.
No.
Because I can't walk because it hurts. And I feel like I have to give a semi-demonstration. I'm like not sleeping on the pull-out couch. I'm literally like half off of it, hovering over, and the top half of my body is on the bed and my legs are not because I can't lay down. It hurts. Anyway, so I don't really sleep that night. I'm like, it's not great. So my dad wakes up, I don't know, 6 a.m. because he's always the one that cooks on Thanksgiving. So he's always up early doing the turkey and stuff. And he's like, Katie, how you feeling? I'm like, I'm not.
Not too hot.
Things are not good. I need to go to the ER. 7 a.m. on Thanksgiving in 2013. My mom and I are sitting we go to the ER. They don't even let me sit down in the waiting room. They take me because I'm hobbling in. I'm like, I can't even walk into this place. I'm hobbling. And so they take me back or whatever. The pain obviously is in my vagina. Obviously. I can't walk. It hurts.
Yeah.
I have to wait for the on-call OBGYN to come to see what's happening. Because hello, like it's Thanksgiving. Nobody's at the hospital.
Yeah.
So we're there for a while. Keeping Up with the Kardashians was on. That was a vibe.
Perfect.
The one doctor comes. He can't really give me any answers. He's obviously
like, I'm going home.
Yeah, he's like
this is urgent care. What are you doing?
Yeah, he's like, we called them. They'll be here. So the OBGYN comes and she's like, it's a good thing you came. I'm going to have to rip the blood clots out so that way it was bleeding all night. I forgot to mention. I felt like that was leaning too far into the story. She's like, I'm gonna have to do that, and then if you cannot pee before you leave, you'll have to get surgery because you tore your uterine wall. Yeah,
Katie,
the slack line tore like inside in my vagina, not even just like my leg, inside of me, inside. It's fucked up. It's fucked up is what it is.
How does that even...
Yeah.
That's like on an episode of Scarred or something.
No, yeah. It was traumatizing. Yeah. So, yeah, I screamed bloody murder, but luckily I peed and I got to go home. And then I was on Percocet the rest of the weekend. And I slept through Thanksgiving in a lawn chair because that's the only thing I could sit in. And I was so like on pain medicine and I have a photo. I have a photo.
We need to see.
And that's why it comes up every year because every Thanksgiving
you're like,
here I am. Yeah. Nikki also has a photo of me in Target on because we went Black Friday shopping.
What?
I'm high as shit on Percocet.
Can't miss a day.
Can't miss the deals. I'm in one of the, little scooters, high, just sitting in the aisle. It's crazy. And then my mom drove me back to school and I took the lawn chair with me and watched Futurama the rest of the weekend. It was definitely a journey. So yeah, I mean, nothing really it is like core to me, but it didn't like change my life. Like I'm not like changed by, I did like, I've not been back on a slack line, but
I hope not.
No,
this is me. I'll send it to you. Like the hospital bracelet, the one roll. It's like fucked up.
Like Stephen Hawking.
It's fucked up. Yeah. Oh my God, I'll send it to you, Erin.
Oh, that's good.
It's fucked up.
That's good.
I know. It's like, what are the odds of that? Honestly, very low is what the doctor told me. She said it was similar to giving childbirth though, so I guess like...
Damn, wish you did that. yeah, I guess we know now what that's about. I wish I had like some sort of like anecdote or, you know what I mean? But it's just like, it happened to me.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just trying to understand the dynamics of how that can happen.
I wish I could give you more answers, but
like, was it the way you fell? Was it
it was definitely the straddling situation. Like if you would have fallen off one way, I wouldn't have gotten like stuck on the slack line.
Yeah. But you were just immediately
and it was just, I mean, it was in like a second, you know what I mean? It's like, I didn't choose to do that. It just happened. Yeah. I was just all of a sudden.
Golly.
I would like, because did you start bleeding like immediately? I would be like, I am dying.
You know,
like,
I think it was overnight. I don't think it was.
Okay.
Yeah. I think it was a little bit later after I'd laid around for a little bit. I know. It's fucked up.
That's crazy.
That's like the fam's favorite story.
That is crazy. Like, remember that one time Katie
broke her vagina? Yeah.
Broke her vagina and missed Thanksgiving?
We have a treat, everyone. We have a mixed segment for you. Some of us have hyperfixations this week, and some of us have been on a problematic side of the internet.
Yeah, my hyperfixation for the week. Okay, so I have 3. They're quick.
Is it a hyperfixation if you have more than one? I mean,
2.
Yeah. Okay.
I have 2. Okay. One is just like a hobby at this point. Okay, so I found myself for the past 3 weeks doing this every single Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday night after I use my lovely pen. For some reason, I don't have any patience when I'm high, and I crave and have been craving sugar cookies and chocolate chip cookies. Ooh. So instead of starting the oven, because I'm scared that I'm going to leave the oven on, I've just been making cookies in my air fryer.
Oh, I love that actually.
But the thing is, like, I only put it on for 3 minutes at a time.
Wait, okay,
so it just gets crusty at the top. I take the crust off. I put it back in the air fryer. I get it crusty. I take the crust off. So I just have essentially cookie skin, like cookie Crispies. Okay, so I've been calling them cookie Crispies.
Oh my God,
so funny.
And I only do this when I'm high. Like for some reason, I don't know, but whatever. So I've been making cookie Crispies for like the past 3 weeks, and this last week, I finally put them in the oven. But it just doesn't hit the same. There's something about just scraping
the skin off of the cookie.
Crispy skin off an unbaked cookie. And then
did you start doing the 3-minute thing because you were worried about them burning type?
Yeah.
Okay.
I was like, I just want the top crispy because I want the raw dough in the middle so that I can make another crispy.
That's crazy.
Cookie crispy.
Yeah, of course.
Honestly, that one is kind of a lot. Yeah, I will
so make a tutorial the next time I do them because like there's just something about it. But yeah, anyway.
Check out our TikTok soon.
Yes, trademarking cookie Crispies. Anyway, so I've been really into that. And that's just like what I've been eating for dinner at like midnight. And then my other hyperfixation is just really bad. It's getting really bad. Is speaking in a Southern accent.
Oh no.
It's truly like I'm at work speaking in a Southern accent. I'm talking to actual people in a Southern accent. It takes see, it almost started coming out right then.
Yeah,
it takes everything in me to really.
I wish you would.
To really,
I know,
keep talking in a Southern accent.
She's like, it's my hyperfixation. You haven't broken it out once in the last hour.
I haven't because I can't stop. That's the thing. Once I start, I can't stop. Think of it as my alter ego persona of like a nice country woman. I do lots of homemaking. I make sure
I make cookie Crispies.
I make cookie Crispies for my kids and
that's
my
exactly
husband.
What a little Southern belle would say.
I cook, I clean, and at the end of the day, it's always Roll Tide. So
shut the fuck up.
Potty toddy baby, let's go.
All I need is a nice little crock pot, a nice little air fryer for my cookie Crispies, some dip when it's football season, and Roll Tide. And that's literally how I'm talking at work, and it's like obnoxious at this point.
I actually kind of do too because it's so airy. It's so like
hey everybody, good morning. Thanks so much for coming today.
It's giving like Sunday school teacher.
100%. I'm saying, oh bless her heart.
Yeah,
bless her heart. Yeah, it's bad.
That's rough.
It's real bad.
I want you to do the accent like one full pod episode.
I probably will. I probably will.
I probably.
You know, now that I think about it, I probably will.
Yeah.
We just won't mention it. You're not going to say a thing.
It's just, I'm like this little Republican Southern Belle. It's Trump 2024.
Oh,
I don't like that JD Vance, though. He's a little weird.
Yeah.
He's a little weird, but not
enough to draw the line.
No. Because at the end of the day, it's God, guns, and Roll Tide.
Yeah.
Yes. There it is.
That's all that matters in my household.
Yeah. When one of us pulls this clip.
I won't stop hearing the God Guns Roll Tide. And that's the one.
I only got 3
sure
things to say. God bless America. God bless our
Yeah.
troops. And ladies and gentlemen, start your engines.
Yeah.
As you should. That's the better one.
God, guns, and Roll Tide, baby. We don't like Auburn in this household. Hook 'em.
Exactly.
I wish I knew more. I just know the rivalry. That's all I got.
No, that's all
I
I
do
know.
know the Roll Tide.
It's
but
bad. It's real
Wow.
bad. Yeah, so that's
That's
my
amazing,
hyperfixation.
honestly.
So
I love that.
that was kind of giving, actually.
it's
Really,
bad.
yeah.
It's bad. Yeah.
We're keeping that segment. 'Cause I
for
need
sure.
more.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
that might be the next thing for sure.
Yeah. I didn't write anything down because I don't have.
Oh.
I mean, maybe reading because I literally
I was gonna say.
cannot stop. I can't put the book down. The books,
The books.
the multiples that I've read.
Well, now my problematic thing seems like a downer.
I need it. I need it.
So the problematic side of the internet I'm on is currently the K-pop side. And so right now there is a investigation going on. A K-pop idol has been accused of like doing
Some
sex
wild
crimes
shit
towards like whoever the victim is, and apparently the police have been investigating him and getting evidence since June, and then like this week they finally brought him in for like the questioning, everything, like getting it.
Damn.
And immediately like SM Entertainment immediately released a statement and was like, he is no longer a part of the group. We have not ended his contract because like we found like concrete evidence that like says he did it. And so he is no longer in the group. And he is like the last person I thought would like ever do this, but like you really don't know these celebs.
Yeah.
And 2, men are just men.
Yeah.
That I love the tweet that has been going around for ages that's like men should start in jail and then like work their way out of it. Like that really needs to be a thing because there are too many like times that stuff like this has happened just in the K-pop. Like there's so many other like big crazy things going on right now, but like it's happening. And so like apparently this was going on for like 6 years, some reports were saying. And that like the victim is an adult now, but like was she an adult like 6 years ago when this started? DK. So it's like just a whole bunch of like crazy things. And so like that happened yesterday. That came out yesterday. And we were all like, I woke up and I was like, what the heck? And I was like reading all this stuff about it. And I was like, that's disgusting. That's foul. Like,
do you think that someone like kind of knew he was doing shady stuff before this investigation, like with SM? Because I feel like they do very much try to keep, I mean, like with relationships and stuff, a lot of them don't come out with them because of the whole fan situation. So I just wonder like if they, I don't want to say like swept it under the rug because clearly now they're like saying he's not a part of the group. But I wonder if like people knew he was doing kind of shady things on the back.
Yeah, for
like
sure.
obviously not fans,
well, like,
but.
Yeah. Well, like, so one thing, SM has like released another statement that was like, we just found out about this kind of to like clear their like to like, and as soon as we found out about it, we you know like did something about it. So like there's that. So I don't know how true that is. Are they just doing like a strategic PR move, like to save face and like whatever? I have seen people like like there have been pictures, videos of like him in the club and like kind of like, you know, being out and about late at night, like kind of talking to whoever, whatever, versus like this. And so it's just kind of like what happened. Also, there's a little conspiracy right now because earlier this year, it was said that he got into a car accident and he like broke his leg. And so he was like on hiatus for a while and like wasn't in the group's like comeback and stuff. But then people are now saying that like the victim's like brother came and like got him hurt his leg. And so he was on hiatus. So like, man, there's that tea. We don't know. Like, obviously there were no like pictures of him on like a you know in a wreck or something, so it's just crazy. Anyway, that's the problematic side, but luckily like I haven't seen anybody who's crossed my timeline who's talking about it. Like I haven't seen anybody who's like, oh, but like he's just a boy, blah blah, like trying to defend their fave. Like everyone's like absolutely not, like believe victims, like he should go to jail, he should, you know, he's getting everything that's coming to him, like, I mean, after this.
Years is crazy.
Yeah, that's
literally. Yeah.
Even though once would be bad too, but like truly,
right,
it's
right. Like any amount of time is crazy, but like going on for years, and like this girl, he was like apparently threatening her, like installed like 24-hour cams onto her like phone somehow, like hacked into her phone, like all this crazy stuff. And so it's just like, ugh.
Yikes.
So you really never know who your faves are.
Yeah. And
like, yeah, it's like we hope that our faves aren't, you know, like bad people, crazy people, but it's like, how can you really trust people? You can't. So
no, especially a man.
Exactly.
Always
especially
choose
a
the
man.
bear.
A man is a man. So
should we wrap it up
very
with
sad.
some loves and icks and
absolutely.
caller?
Absolutely.
Yeesh. So my love for this week, I just have one. I don't know if you guys are familiar with Aspen Obard, but she's an OG YouTuber. I love her for a number of reasons. One, she like stopped showing her kids online after she realized people were creepy. Like I really respect that, stuff like that. But she got married at like 19, like 20. And that was like her whole thing, is like being like a young mom, young wife, blah, blah, blah. She got divorced.
Like the day her baby was born.
Yes. Like, and never said it. Like, it was like,
that's juicy.
Like the Joe thing of like people found the court records. She never said anything. She never mentioned anything. This last week, she made a TikTok, a very funny TikTok of like doing a voiceover, and it's like, part 23. Who the fuck did I marry? So this is why I got divorced.
You probably did.
I think I saw
it was
that
popular.
TikTok.
Yes.
Nikki sent it to me.
Like she had never even mentioned that she got divorced. Like it's just the paperwork, all this stuff. But now she's like playing along with it, and I'm living for it. Like it is the best thing ever.
I love a soft launch divorce.
Me too. Like
listen, for a celeb, like it's kind of giving what I want to give.
Especially because she's what Jackie Aina wants to be in terms of like keeping, you know, she has kids, you know, she does this, but like it's not like a flashy like thing, and it's private still. Like, so her getting divorced, people are like, well, we'll never know about it, and that's okay. Like, you know, it's fine, it's whatever. So for her to be like joking around and like making TikToks about it, everyone is just like, oh my God, like we're shocked that you're even acknowledging.
This is more content we thought.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm just living for that. I wish I could retweet or repost some of her TikToks, but I think the time has passed for me on that one. But yeah, that's my love for the week. And then my ick for the week, two different things. Number one, Scott and I wanted to take the kids to see Bluey. They're going to be performing here at the Chrysler Hall.
Okay, because he's also coming to like the Tides game or something.
Oh shit, really?
Yeah, they've been advertising like crazy.
Oh fuck.
But I don't know what the vibe is. Like, is he just going to be on the field? Like, is he coming in stands? I don't know.
I wish I knew. I wish I knew that before then. What I'm about to say. But my hate is that Scott spent $500 on Bluey tickets for the 6 of us, including his mom. So 3 kids, and then the 3 of us, $500 fucking dollars. And like he has money, but it's like, bro, Because at first I was like, you know what? You pay for my ticket and Fantasy's ticket so we can all sit together and I'll pay you back. And then he sends me a screenshot that the whole thing was $500. I'm like, broski, I will just play Bluey on the TV. Like,
I know you're like, you weren't gonna send me a text before booking these.
I mean,
heads up.
That's
not is it okay if this ticket cost X amount of dollars?
No.
Like, woo,
they're just gonna be like on stage at the Chrysler, right?
Yeah.
Like it's not like
and we're
a
all
meet
in
and
the
greet
back.
situation.
No.
Yeah. Oof.
No.
Oof. Phoenix better have the time of his
That's what I'm
life.
saying. He better cry. He better cry looking at Bluey.
Yeah.
So that's my hate. And then my other hate is that I went to Target to find an adult outfit today. And for some reason, I always go first to the young adult section.
It's a hard habit to break.
I am
It's
not
colorful.
their demographic anymore. And that was a tough realization that I could not wear half the things that were there. I'm just not that hip anymore. And also, like, I don't have the fit. Like, I don't know what's going on there. Like, I don't know the trends and things. And I went to the women's section. I'm like, well, this is it now. This is.
I am a woman.
I am a woman now.
That's scary.
I buy blouses now and slacks. Like that was a tough realization that I'm not a young adult. I hate that I'm not a young adult anymore.
Wow.
Yeah.
Rip our youth.
Section exists for a reason, unfortunately, and
I hate it.
That came to fruition
Once we
today.
hit 30, we're out of it. Like, you're an adult, not
Like,
a
I look like I'm
adult.
shopping for my little sister. Like,
right.
I can't shop there anymore.
My loves, one, Peaches. Shout out Peaches. We love the fruit. Like, they've been so good recently. Me and my roommate have been like purchasing so many. We're like, do you want a box this week? Yes, no.
It's the box, yeah.
We we're like, here, because we go to the Asian supermarket and they come in like massive boxes, and we're like, okay, we know we can't like finish like this amount in 1 week by ourselves, so let's do that. Anyway, number 2, unfollowing people on Instagram who used to follow me and don't but kept my follow. Like, that's a love this week because I've gotten myself down from like 900 something to like 861 followers. Like, and I'm still going. And I'm just trying to get my ratio better because my following to follower ratio, the gap was too wide. So I love that. But also it's like an ick because I'm seeing people who like I thought for sure followed me from like back in the day, and I'm like, so you just kept me, and then I unfollow them, and they're like, to unfollow this person, like, or to follow this person again, you'll have to ask, like, their private account. And I'm like, so you kept my follow purposefully and don't tell me. Okay.
Name drop. Name drop.
There were so
too
many.
Too many.
Unfortunately.
I like
The betrayal.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I'll think of somebody and I'll name drop them another time because like I'm gonna keep doing this. But yeah, and then it was announced that Ted Lasso season 4 is gonna is in the works, and I'm so excited for that. I've been binging Ted Lasso seasons 1 through 3, and it's just been amazing. But that leads to my ex. Jamie Tart is probably not going to be in it, which is devastating. He's my favorite character in Ted Lasso. I have a Funko Pop of him, like Phil Dunster, come back. But it's a whole like he has 2 or 3 other contracts that he's like already doing, and like he doesn't have the time. Anyway, the next one is someone impersonating me on Instagram.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
E_ my last name life. Like, you need to stop. Like, we keep reporting you, and they're like, we found nothing wrong with this account. I'm like, what? It's a literal account of me, but it's not me. Like, that's like, I even sent Instagram/Facebook like a picture of myself holding my ID, and they were like, the ID doesn't match the person. I was like, what do you mean? Like, those are pictures of me.
Oh my God.
Yet here's this, and they were like, we can't give you the account. And like, I thought, so I like went, my account is now private, but then I went on like, I keep blocking them, unblocking them, reporting them, and then blocking them again. But they've been posting like stories.
Yeah.
Well, that's
and,
what
like,
I wanted.
Putting like pictures they posted.
They posted another story.
And then on their story.
They just posted
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like, how long ago?
18 hours.
Okay, yeah. I saw that one. But I was like, hello, what are we doing?
I wonder if you're being used as a catfish.
Doing?
But then it's like, if you don't have any new photos to post, like that's sketchy on the catfish's part.
People keep like, they're getting comments, they're getting likes, and I'm like, what are we doing here?
Low-key, I think they're buying them though, because when you first asked to report it, I was scrolling because I was curious, obviously, and one of them had like some crazy number, like 150 likes, and then the next one a day later had like 2 likes, and I'm like, there's no way that was natural, I guess. Like,
and the comments are like, you're really cool. That's one of a kind. I'm speechless.
Like,
it's like, can we give it to the correct person here?
Like, follow me out there. But I was like, this is crazy. So that's really annoying, and that's an ick of mine, because I'm just like, I'm just me. I'm just a girl, and this
they
account
take your
is trying to be
captions
just me,
too.
just a girl. I know, they like copy paste it, and I'm like, you're really trying hard now.
That's so wild.
So annoying. And then my last stick is being lied to on Book Talk. I was going to make a TikTok about this, but I'll just say it here and we'll clip it. Ladies and gents of Book Talk, can we please be real with ourselves? Can we stop lying, and can we just say, oh, this book is nice, like they have similar tropes, but they're not like these 2 books. Like, let's not be like, if you liked this book, check out this book, like that. Let's be real with ourselves. But I was seeing like 15 to 20 different videos of like people posting like, this, if you like reading this book series, like read this one, or vice versa. And I'm like, okay, so I read it. Terrible, awful, like does not match. Like, it literally is just like, they're both hockey books, they're both enemies to lover, they're both like, it's not, that's the only thing. So like, the tropes are the same, but like the books, the writing, the style, not the same. Anyway, so like, let's stop lying on Book Talk. Let's be more honest.
Retweet. The thing is they just, and this is becoming a problem publishing wise, the girls on Book Talk are turning everything into like a trope thing. So nothing matters about the book anymore, except for, oh, is it enemies to lovers? That's all we care about. So it's like spiraling, and it is bad. Yeah. It's dark out there. It really is. I'll start with some loves. The US Open started this week.
Ooh, yes.
Damn.
I used to be a Wimbledon girl. I fucking love Wimbledon. This year, something about the US Open is just hitting for me, and I love it. And we're pulling for Ben Shelton, even though he's 13th in the world. It's not a far cry, but I feel like the U.S. Open is very Ben Shelton. So fingers crossed, Ben. Once this airs, it'll be over. So TBD. I don't know if you guys saw, but I think you would like this too. Did you guys see that Armie Hammer posted a video this week?
Yes. Yes.
He did.
On Adia.
On what?
I don't know where
He's
it came
back
from,
on the
actually.
internet?
I don't know where he posted it. I saw it on Twitter, but I feel like it was probably Instagram. He posted he was at CarMax selling his car because gas is too expensive in LA.
He can't buy gas. Yep.
And the thing that I love about the video is like, he didn't need to post it, because like, you're not asking your fans to buy the car. You're at a CarMax. Nope. Like, you're at a CarMax, posted it for no reason.
You're complaining, but like, it's crazy. But I think
crazy. He doesn't have $3 in his bank account.
He's claiming he put $400 worth of gas in his car.
It's just like a normal truck too. It's not like anything crazy. Like, it's just an average truck. What's funny is, so I was watching the Grand Cayman Islands reality show, and his ex-wife Elizabeth is on it. And she literally like name drops him every other second. They all do. So I think he feels like he's getting recognition again. And it's kind of good, because they're like, every cast member of the Grand Cayman Island like show hate Elizabeth. And they're like, maybe Armie like Hammer was right. Maybe he like blah, 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 like didn't do the things that she's saying.
Interesting.
So like, they're kind of like giving his name like
some
say good things about him instead of like,
you know, back on
all the bad things. So maybe he felt like he was like, oh, I can
back
now
in some good graces.
Stay hidden.
The thing is like, the video itself is not that interesting, but it's the discourse now where everyone's like the gas, like the, you know what I mean? It's like everyone, you're already at CarMax. Like it's all the discussion about it that I'm like living for. It's so random.
Was he
I'll
in
find
like
it.
California, or was it in
I think so. He said when he came back to LA, the gas prices were too much. So wherever he was before
Which
LA,
they are.
Yeah,
Don't get it twisted.
I'm sure
They are.
It's crazy.
I'm shocked that he had the audacity to post.
No, it's like a long video too. He's like talking for like a minute or so.
Hey guys, like blah blah blah.
Are you finding it? Anyway,
you have to.
my last love this week is I don't know if this also was like on my feed today specifically. Olivia Rodrigo and Louis Partridge are at the Venice Film Festival, and they look so cute together. I love them.
Wait.
Did you find it?
Truck is from 2017.
It's like it's not recent.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Bro, go to Facebook Marketplace.
Yeah, right. Yeah, you'll get more than CarMax probably. And then my icks this week, there's one ick that it came on my feed, and I think I've been blocking everyone who's been doing this because it's been years now in the making on TikTok. I'm sure you guys have seen the girls who are collecting their hair and making them like into videos talking about how many strands they've collected.
I've seen like one girl do that. I have not seen like multiple videos of that.
Yeah, it's like a thing. Well, it's been a thing. I've seen them since like 2020 probably, but it is to the point where like, I mean, I wasn't interested in them in the first place, which is why I haven't brought it up before because they haven't really been coming on my feed, but they're like circling back, and I think it's because other people are regaining interest in it and they're commenting on their videos and they're like, oh my God, I remember when you only had 5 strands of hair. And it's like, please stop. Please stop. I don't.
That's gross.
Please stop collecting your hair. They're like washing it, and like it's just like a ponytail of hair. One girl had like 1,000 strands. They're counting and they like keep track. It's disgusting. It's disgusting. I hate that. It makes my skin crawl. Anyway.
Yeah.
Hate that. And then my last ick. I debated mentioning this because it's like getting, I don't know. Anyway. Okay, so I've been reading a lot of books.
Yes.
One thing that I hate in books is when the girl's like 25 or older and is having her first orgasm for the first time.
That sucks.
I literally, it takes me out of anything because I'm like, that's so unrealistic. Like, and that's problematic of me to think because there's probably people out there who that is their real experience, but like, please, like, you can't tell me 25 and up you have not even considered
something yourself.
Yeah,
at least.
Literally.
Yeah, it hasn't crossed your mind in any capacity in any point in your life leading up until now. And then they obviously like fall in love with these guys, but in my brain it's like you're low-key just trauma bonded to him, or not trauma bonded, you're just bonded to him because like he's giving you something that you didn't know about, and
it
like,
takes, oh wow, this is great. And
and it's like, girl, like, anyway,
Yeah.
I literally
Yourself.
hate that. No, literally. So that's why it was like questionable, because it's like there are people out there, I'm sure, but I literally hate it. I can't do it. But it's like when it comes up, it's already too far into the book most of the time. So I'm like, well,
Honestly.
now
Well,
I'm
damn.
200 pages in.
Yeah, I'm committed. Yeah.
Like, yeah. Anyway.
On that,
Yeah, that's that, I guess.
Yeah, no, thank you so much for
Let's
listening.
go ahead and finish this episode.
Yeah, let's.
Someone's got to finish.
Someone's got to finish it.
And not for the first time.
No.
Thank you so much for listening. Don't forget to subscribe to us and follow us wherever you listen to podcasts and on social media. Bye.
Bye.